Well, as kids are returning to their school routines, that also means the return of homework. Luckily, there are some ways that your kids can maximize their time and energy to get their work done well and retain what they learn in school. 9 News health and medical expert Dr. Payal Kohli joins us this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning, Corey. Your kid's back in school?
My son is. My daughter's out there in the newsroom right now. She starts on Monday, full-time kindergarten. So homework is a big deal.
Yeah.
We're not quite there yet, but I know it's a big deal for a lot of families. So what exactly is homework biohacking?
This is fascinating, and I wish my mom had done this to my brother because he's a big procrastinator. So he used to steal my homework when I was in the shower and copy it. But homework biohacking is really, sort of setting up the environment and helping optimize the brain and body for your child so that they can learn most efficiently. Now, this is not about supplements. If you Google homework biohacking, you'll see a bunch of supplements that they're saying for your kids' brain health and such. Nothing like that. It's just good old-fashioned routines, environment, sleep, and nutrition.
Okay, what is the biggest homework mistake that families make?
Okay, so my parents did this to me. Put your head down, 4 hours of homework every night, right?
Wow.
And so the brain is not designed to concentrate on something for hours at a time. The way we evolved was really as hunter-gatherers in the wild. So really what parents ought to do is the 25-5 rule. 25 minutes of homework, 5 minutes of some kind of a stretching break, a movement break, a water break, something that disconnects the brain from concentrating on the homework, because that actually, when you come back, makes you more efficient. So it's sort of like saying, when you're stuck in traffic, you think stepping on the gas is going to make you more efficient, but sometimes laying off the gas actually increases the car's efficiency.
You're not a good example because you're a doctor now, so clearly your parents did something right. Okay, so give us your top 3 homework biohacks that parents can do with their kids today.
Okay, so the first is make sure that the lighting is optimized. So I don't know if you do this with your kids or not, but you want to make sure that they have really bright light when they're concentrating on their homework.
Okay.
And then the opposite, when they're sort of not concentrating on the homework, you want to make sure that it's dim light. Second, snack. I don't know what you give your kids after school. We used to eat Oreos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bad idea.
We don't do the sugar.
It's that sugary snack that then gives you the high and then the crash afterwards. So you want to make sure you give them good brain food. You give them peanut butter, you give them apple slices, you give them string cheese, some kind of a protein snack that really sort of charges the brain in order to do it right.
Okay.
And the third one is actually something not related to homework, but sleep. You want to make sure that they're getting enough sleep. And so I really do tell parents to track their kids' sleep in order to ensure that they're getting good quality sleep. And then the fourth one, I'm going to test you on this.
Oh boy.
It's called retrieval practice. Okay, so that means you don't just let them read. You ask them 30 minutes later, what did you learn? What were 3 things you learned? So what did I just say was the biggest mistake?
Sleep, lighting, snacks.
No, but what's the biggest mistake?
Oh, mistake.
Uh-oh.
What did you say?
The 25-5 rule.
Yeah, that. Right. Yes, 20 and then 5 break. Yeah, nope, that one went just
Okay,
like
but
that.
now that I've made you retrieve it and brought it back, you're going to file it away somewhere in your memory.
Okay, what about exercise?
So important. So this is the part where we think, oh, exercise is just good for overall cardiovascular health, but it actually changes the way the blood flows to the brain. So think about it almost like priming your brain to warm up and start to soak some of the things in that homework. So I usually recommend exercise before homework so that they, do jump rope, or they ride their bike, or they play hopscotch, or they do something active. And that also makes it so, I know you guys talked about vision this morning. You're not staring at something the whole time. You spend some time outdoors looking at something far away. It makes it a lot easier when you go in and sit down. Your brain has had good blood flow. It'll soak up what you're doing.
If your family was like mine, you would come home from school and you'd have to do homework right away before you got to go outside and do anything. But I feel like it might be better doing it the other way around.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
So you first help them unwind from school because they've been kind of active using their brain, rest the brain a little bit, feed them a power snack. Then they sit down and do that 25-5 rule of homework. So every 25 minutes of homework, they get a 5-minute break. And then they finish the homework, then you have your dinner time together.
Is there anything to, like, I've heard that if you chew gum or you suck on a mint or something, like, it can help your concentration. Is there any proof that that actually works?
No. In fact, some studies suggest the opposite. So sometimes people say play instrumental music in the background. That's only good if you're doing a repetitive task. You're doing the same thing over and over again, or you're trying to memorize. For most kids, I would say it's a distraction, and their brains are a little immature. So task switching, where they've got music playing and they're trying to concentrate on words or trying to concentrate on, mathematics or whatever, it can actually be confusing. And same thing with chewing something or eating something. It can trigger a different sense. So you really want to set up an environment where the phone is in another room. The notifications on the computer, if they're doing homework on the computer, are turned off. There's not a lot of music. There's not a lot of television in the background, except maybe 9 News.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're really concentrating.
And 20 minutes and then 5 minutes.
You got it.
Yes. All right. Well, this is really great. Really, it's like kind of the opposite of what we did when
I want to see what you do with Callie when she starts school.
Not the Oreos. We won't be doing the Oreos. Dr. Kohli, thank you so much. Katie?